you have game? Bring it.
We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies, the champions of a world that we defy. A solar ray of the few who rise up high, and we all fight at the last
Great. Good morning, everybody. My name is Justin Graves, Program Director of the Esports League here at the Patriots Technology Training Center, and I hereby welcome you all to our March Madness event today. To those of you joining us virtually, we hope that all of you are going to have an amazing experience today at our STEM Virtual Expo, and to those of you joining us on the live stream, thank you very much. You guys can continue to support the Patriots at www.patriots-ttc.org. Today, we're all here to celebrate the impact that esports has had on education and innovation. And what better way to do that? By not only promoting the games, but also encouraging youth and middle and high school students to explore this and become the next generation that can change lives forever. Thank you very much. Today, we have a lot of tournaments to look forward to. In person, you're going to be seeing live coverage of our tournaments in League of Legends, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, NBA 2K20, and Madden NFL 20. And on the Virtual Expo, we'll be seeing exactly how video games have created innovation through multiple presenters and guest workshops. In fact, we might even have a surprise reveal or two today. In fact, even going on virtually, we also had a virtual Rocket League tournament. All of this, along with the chance to win multiple prizes in the form of gift cards. And now I would like to pass it over to Ms. Shivers, the program director for the Patriots, for some opening remarks.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank all of the gamers, students, parents, and volunteers because you're here to help make this happen today. And most of all, I want to thank Justin Graves. Didn't he do a great job, everyone? He is an entrepreneur. He has his own business. And what a way to start. He is now a freshman at the University of Maryland. He has been with the Patriots for the last 3 years. And you can see what a product of working with us can do for you. So we invite you to please look at all of our upcoming events and join us. This is just one of many that we have. And most of all, we just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, and have a good day. Win those prizes. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Shivers. And once again, first off, thank you to the parents. There are a lot of concepts and misconceptions about video games, and right now to the parents who are supporting us by bringing their children out to these opportunities, you are helping us to clear those misconceptions once and for all and give students the opportunities to explore their passions in a healthy way that also gives them a chance to become successful in the future. To the students joining us, thank you for taking the initiative. Without you, we would not be what we are, and this would not be what it could be. And to all the volunteers here and virtually, thank you so much. Without your help, this would not be possible at all. In fact, I'd also like to shout out, we have Mr. Calvin Haney from American University, Mr. Sheeta from the Patriots. They both have helped us to overhaul our esports system. I'd also like to thank Dr. Anderson and all of Bowie State University for bringing some volunteers. American University, once again, brought their volunteers as well. And I'd also just like to shout out all the general parents who brought their children in to compete and volunteer. Without further ado, however, I, Justin Graves, the esports program director here at the Patriots, now officiate our March Madness event. Thank you.
And I hope you guys enjoyed that introduction, our opening ceremony, how you guys feel about
I have to tell Justin something. I don't know if he doesn't have headphones
He's
on.
clearly on his cell phone.
I did, but he didn't respond.
Well, now you got to do that.
I mean, he seems pretty busy right now. There's a lot of people. And I know his boss is particularly like lax with it. Yeah, I've been told a couple of them.
And reclaim what once was mine. Those cravers backstab me, deceive me. Never shall I tolerate their crimes again. Now let the hunt begin.
But we get to talk to him.
7,000 souls scared and blocked in such a tale. Not too long ago, this village was a golden scene of hope.
But now we have
But what's funny is, so with the naval security, you get emails from people time to time. But because fleet is such a go-to word in the Navy, people just email them. I get all these kind of weird questions, and I'm like, here's the number. In the last 5 years, So do you like what aspects of it do you like? Do you like the solving the technology problems? My first professional job past
There you go. Try this one too. Wait, let me see. Turn yours off.
Mine's off.
Yeah, so they both work when you're on the move.
Check. Oh, it's off. Yeah. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Patriots Esports League March Madness. My name is Justin Graves, Esports Program Director, and William Shotcasters. And here today with us, we have not only one of the leads of this program, but also a very excited parent. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi. Patriots Esports League. This is wonderful. My name is Calvin Haney. Pronouns he, him, his. excited father and lead that's supporting Patriots Technology Training Center. And I'm really glad to be here. This is a great opportunity to really engage with STEM technology, engage with community, and engage with gaming in a way that's like real. Because this is the only place where you can justify allowing your child to practice video games. Dead humor.
All right, so what is your favorite game here?
Oh, you went with the last question first. My favorite game here is Knockout City. It's a 3-on-3 tournament style dodgeball game that's free for all users that have Xbox, Switch, PlayStation, or Steam. You can download it and play it for free. It's awesome. It's a great opportunity for a less violent, colorful game where peers of 3 players can get together and play a game of dodgeball around the streets. There's like interesting balls that you can use and play. It's great communication between different peers, so you have to like coordinate to win.
All right, that's good. So what makes you keep coming back to the tournaments?
I keep coming back for the opportunity that the Patriots Technology Training Center provides for youth. This is like a technology community center where youths that are interested in any technological application can really take part of the experience. The esports day is like a fun day with some great educational outcomes. The conversations about how you set up a tournament, the conversations about how technology can be used, the technology about how you can intern and volunteer around technology where we've got youth working the cameras. There's so many places for applied technology. And it's just a great chance to really do that in a loose place. Because sometimes internships are real stodgy and stiff, but this creates a community homely feel so that you can practice your craft or learn how to play video games in a place where your mom and dad aren't yelling at you for taking too long.
So what do you think about the Patriots' overall goals?
The Patriots' overall goal is great. As a feeder to the National Society for Black Engineers, it's a wonderful career pipeline and a lifestyle pipeline to create the future IT engineers, the future network managers, the future astronauts, the future rocket scientists. Because of the work that Patriot League does to connect the community to technology. My son is actually doing a rocketry program at the same time he's doing the esports league. So there's so many different ways you can get connected with technology and engagement. It's just a gold mine of opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Haney. It was awesome to have you on, and hopefully you and your son will continue to support the Patriots and continue to explore these opportunities. Coming up next, we are going to have Bowie State University present their ties to esports through sports management after this quick intermission. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Patriots Esports League. As mentioned, we do have Bowie State University here with some ties to esports, but in the more traditional sports sense. Why don't we go ahead and let them explain?
Hello, I am Professor Alex Anderson. I am the program coordinator for sport management program at Bowie State University.
I'm Kamal Stiff. Currently a junior at Bowie State University, sports management, business concentration.
All right, so is it your first time at the Esports League?
Yes, this is the first time here being at the Esports League. This is a great opportunity for us to be able to be here and partner with the Patriots.
Yeah, this is my first time ever at an esports event, but I know that esports is a new thing in this expanding league, so I'm very interested in seeing how it goes.
All right, so what is Bowie State here to present?
For us, this is a great opportunity for our students that we do have here to understand how the esports league and programs are run with the sport management majors and programs that we have. Esports is a program that is continued to grow, and this is something that I want our students to be able to understand and learn, because there's some career opportunities now in the esports world.
All right, so what is Bowie State here to present?
From a student aspect, I think it's more of an eye-opener just to see that it's not that sports goes beyond just a field. That actually, there's sports, and electronics, and that it's leagues, and people are very competitive. Same amount of time that you put into practice on fields, and of course, it's the same amount of practice you put into games like this. So I think it's very important for us to see this, and it gives us a new perspective on how we can enter or find a niche for ourselves within sports.
All right. I wanted to ask, are you in sports medicine yourself?
No, I'm sports management, business concentration, more so looking at how sports works and the business behind it, like an event and how operations, how everything works. So definitely.
All right. So what do you guys think of the event in general today?
This is great. It truly is. This is the first time that I have been a part of this, and this is something that I know that as a sport management program, we want to continue this environment, this partnership here, because this is us being able to give back to the community, to work with different local communities here and organizations, and this is a great experience for our students as well. So, and Kamal said is, when people think of sport management, they assume it with working with professional teams, professional organizations, but being able to see it from a technology standpoint and competing here and being able to organize these gaming competitions, gaming tournaments is another aspect, another avenue that our students will be able to see and open up their eyes to other opportunities, other career opportunities that they have.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Anderson, and thank you again as well. As you can see, Bowie State has a lot of opportunities, and these opportunities are going to continue to grow as we evolve. Coming up next on this live stream, you're going to see some coverage from our actual virtual expo, and it's the moment that you'll be waiting for. Our tournaments are actually going to start, so be sure you stay tuned for more. We'll be right back.
For we know what they have done. To kill. To these creatures, there is but one thing left to do. Heavy metal. My king, how was I supposed to know? Everyone will falter when you die. And as
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to March Madness. Once again, I am Justin Graves, Esports Program Director and your shoutcaster for today. Today is finally time. It is 11 o'clock. We're going to begin our tournament with the Super Smash Bros. Tournament. We do have a bracket here, thanks to our lovely game referees. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and announce this first bracket. First up, for round one, we have DeMonte versus Dill. Next up, we have Noah versus Michael. And finally, we have Kellen versus Omega. We're going to go ahead and get these started, and we're going to be feeding you live updates as we move forward. But we may have something to view in the virtual expos. Why don't we go ahead and see what they got cooking?
If you can go, this one is blue, but if you can go around, take
1, 2, 3. Good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Guess what? Our tournaments for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate have officially started, and right here I actually have Omega, who's going to be playing soon, aka Ethan, and he is going to be one of our shout passes. So take it away, Ethan.
Hello. So right now we're in the middle of a match of round 2, I'm pretty sure. It's Pikachu versus Pit. Pit should have the advantage because Pikachu is pretty lightweight. But then again, Pikachu could always hit that Thunderbolt and take it out. They're both playing a pretty defensive game. So just just so what you're gonna want to look out for when you're facing off against the Pit is those upper side arms. Once they hit, they're gonna hit hard. Oh, but Pikachu's at 114%. I don't know if he's gonna make it through. Oh, he's a Thunderbolt to make it back. He was off stage for a second, but then he's fine. All right. I'm both playing a pretty defensive game. Pikachu. All right. Pikachu's off stage. He's not gonna do so well. He might have not last the next hit. They're both on 3 stocks that can change real quick. Hits on 22%. He's not gonna make it that far. Oh, he goes with it. Oh, there's a KO. That was pretty clean, not gonna lie. Pikachu's looking back for a vengeance. He's going there for those forward airs and forward smashes. Well, Pit's still playing a pretty defensive game. Oh, he gets that neutral air. Pretty good. It's going pretty good for Pit. Looks like an easy win for Pit. Ooh, he catches him with that thunder. Oh, he hits him with a down air. Oh, he didn't follow up with an up smash. That's disappointing. All right. He's still playing a very defensive game. He missed a grab, though, twice. Oh, he hit the upside on. That's what we were looking for, ladies and gentlemen. You have to be careful with those, because once they hit, they're going to hit hard. He's using reflectors, because that's smart, because Pikachu is all about the projectiles and outraging his opponents. He goes with the side on to recover. He stayed too long, so he got hit by a Thunderbolt. Alright. Hit's falling up. He's going for the spike. Come on. Hit the up air twice. He's going for Thunderbolt. He's going for that 133% kill. Oh, and he hits the forward smash. Pikachu's at 76%. He might be able to bring it back, but I don't know. Oh, he goes for Thunderbolt. He's zoning him out. He's fine. He's playing the Pikachu. He's playing the Pikachu vein. He should have gone for a forward smash there. Hit twice. Oh, that sidearm is going to hit hard. He's at 88% right now. 24 to 88. They're both on 2 stocks, but I don't know if he's going to make it that far. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be a really tight game. Pikachu can bring it back. Oh, he goes for the back throw. He's trying to bring him off stage for a Thunderbolt. All right, Thunder Jolts. Oh, he went downtown, but he still made it. All right, Pikachu looking pretty good. All right, he's going down. All right, Thunder Jolt. That Thunder Jolt should have led into a forward throw. That would have been pretty cool. All right, it's still recovering. He's always got a fantastic recovery. No matter what, Pickett almost always recovering. Not as good as Sora, but pretty good. Oh, he's zoning him out. 90%. 90% just from that one. Oh, and he hits the side arm. That is gonna do a bit of damage. He uses the grab again. This Pikachu's got to work on his grabs. Oh, and he went for the neutral air. Oh, into a second neutral air. He's gonna go third. No, but he tried to hit a bow. Oh, and he goes for a grab, forward throw. Oh, Pikachu Libre hits it. He's a reflector going to get Pikachu. Pikachu's gonna go for it, but he doesn't. He's playing it safe. Not that much of a risk, especially when you're on 48% of the last stop and they're on 114. Oh, he goes off stage. Oh, he makes it back. Oh, he leaves the down smash. Oh. Pit's playing a risky game now going downtown. I don't think you want to go there, Pit. All right. Pikachu playing stay. Oh, he broke the reflectors. All right, Pikachu off stage. What's he gonna do? All right, he recovers back pretty easily. Oh, and he hits that forward smash. If Pikachu gets hit again, he's not gonna make it to round 2. Oh, and it's over. It is. Oh, it's not. He made it back somehow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a match. Oh. He's at 130%. Come on, take one. Take one stock for a little bit of pride. Come on. All right, come on. Oh, that skull bash would have hit. He didn't shield it. That perfect. Oh, he hits the side arm. That is game 1, ladies and gentlemen, with Pit as the winner.
Thank you very much, Omega, for the shoutcasting. We're going to go ahead and get ready for round 2, correct?
Correct. That is correct, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome. In the meantime, we're going to go into a quick intermission while they prepare. We'll be right back.
I think I did pretty good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Right now, as you can see, we still have our tournaments going on. However, we do want to take a quick look over at our virtual expo because this time we have a brand new presenter joining us. We have Mr. Michael Briscoe, an educator in residence at the American Society of Naval Engineers, or ASNE for short, where he is going to show off the game Fleet, a naval simulation game. So let's go over to the virtual expo and see what he has in store for us.
Now, how did I do that before? Settings, not full screen, control. So what does this look like? This looks like a video game, right? So I think everyone right now would call this a video game. What our naval engineering friends would call this is a physics simulator. And then I'm an educational psychologist, so I think that this is a great tool to learn about engineering and about how forces work. So in the class, you might have that you can or you might use yourself and you might push against the door and you feel things that weigh like 100 pounds. So you can see in the dry dock that we're pulling up to, my boat down there weighs, well, let's go find out. It weighs 440,000 pounds. So you probably can't do any science tests in your class with 440 pounds. But that's what we have. And so what we are doing is try it. And I'm going to turn the music off, which probably isn't coming through, but it's quite
Do we fight to hold our heads up high and beat the drum to what we love?
what we
Risk the fall, or we have felt it all come crashing down from far
as a company,
above.
we built a video game.
Stars are rising, countless worlds colliding. Only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final?
Exactly how water.
We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies. The champions of the world that we defy. I'm so afraid of you who rise so high, and we all fight at the last
To be able to understand how water is going to interact with our objects. So before we take the ship out, it asks us to do a performance. We made sure it was stable so that way it's never going to be thrown off our ship. And now we can go in and we can do some testing. So we designed this interface so it can show 4 different tests. We also have 4 different ways. We will do a little bit of so we use the Minecraft. I know that it's not used to buy the model here, but you see that I'm picking up now. Give me some feedback with that. I might be able to save this person, but I'm going a little too fast. I didn't save the person. I was going too fast. So in the beginning, the boat was going so slow. But because it weighs 1 million pounds, it's too heavy to actually stop easily once I start going any kind of Garth. So now instead of turning my boat around, which would be like trying to turn an elephant around, very challenging.
See them while they're still known by more.
So what I did is I got
your vacation is now playing
now it's dropping
in
down
Tennessee. Plan your trip today at tnvacation.com.
So I'm gonna come back to the ship and drop the person off by landing. And so this is a test for our mission about search and rescue. You can see there that the engine, the video game, allowed the helicopter to run into my own boat and not catch on fire. It had an object where those two met, but we designed those interactions so that way there wasn't too much like the compliment to the game. But you can see like what it's teaching about CPU wall, about performance, the weight kind of because my engine and my smoke are so big, I'm able to move around. Okay, let's try this little. So this boat weighs. And now that I'm going up this connector, this is a tiny boat. So the waves push it around, so they're able to have the same mass as my boat office. So they actually are able to push it harder so my boat can forward. But I can accelerate really fast because I don't have that much mass. So if I can drive over, get really close to the system, like I say in my little boat, if the waves don't push me around too much. So because I'm easy to I was able to save that much for a boat. It's actually kind of hard. It kind of reminds me of the thing where they talk about that. So, one, this game is all about designing a video game is all about forces. It means you're always looking at the data that's calculated behind the scenes. And as an engineer, I want to look at this data and write it down and note them. So just like saying that I don't care around documents. This is the types of things that I want to make sure that you're able to draw pictures, apply data. So data is the whole big idea. Something is like concept, right? So that's what you do today. You get a lot of information from a lot of different people. I learned to drive that boat because I went once with the Coast Guard. They showed me how I that this would work out a lot better because when I was driving the boat before, a lot of communication. So, let's get into what makes it easy. This button shows me everything that's on the ship. It also puts the dots on here, which have terms that we define in our curriculum stuff, but it shows the center of just where water is pushing up, and then the center of gravity, that's where gravity is pulling down. So not only does it show you like an object that puts the pieces together like it's actually doing the physics in the dry dock, so that way you can see what's happening. This is the light blue that's here. It's showing you where the water is moving, and the dark blue is showing you where the water is moving. So in the front of my boat, I should add some more weight, so that way you can keep putting and then in the back, I can take some weight out because the water is going higher than so if I want to be perfect, the boat really moves fast. I can use these science ideas to make it even better. Let's look at, we have propulsion, which is the engine, the propeller, that's what makes it go. And then the advanced, we have options for helicopters. This is the helicopter that's on our boat right now. I am going to discard it. And since I have a helo deck on, so actually let me show you how this idea real quick. So once I destroy the helo deck and I come in here to add it back, add a helicopter back, there's no helicopter. I have to add a helo deck and it's called a parented list, and I can place it anywhere I want, but if I put it here, there's already something here, so it's telling me that. So this interface is giving me information as a designer, and then this interface is telling me what's possible. Now helicopters are here. We can choose our helicopter. Here, so we choose the helicopter that costs $300,000, is 35 bucks, or the one that costs $250,000, is 55 bucks. Any choice is red, red,
and gentlemen, welcome back to our Patriots Esports League March Madness event. Right now, we are about to be in the finals for one of our tournaments. That's right, we are going to have more coming at you after 12 o'clock. And right now, it seems as if we have Dill versus Kellen. Dill versus Kellen up next right now. As you can see, they're both going at it. Alright, let's see how it goes so far. Okay, right now it seems like Donkey Kong is playing the offensive. Ooh! Donkey Kong's defensive techniques are not working this time. He might have to change up his strategy because this player is definitely not losing. Oh! That is one stock down for this tournament in specific. Once again, we have another one. The Donkey Kong player did not capitalize. He's going to need to start landing some solid hits on him. Alright, come on, let's see. Ooh. That was definitely a rough one. Alright, let's see. It seems like, okay. It seems like every time Donkey Kong tries to go, okay, he saved it. I gotta tell you what, this Donkey Kong player is really on the fence here. Even when he switches up his tactics from defense to offensive moves. It's already, he's still at 3 stock. Question is, how is this even gonna, how are we gonna, and that is game already. That is game already, folks. That was a quick match. But don't worry, we still have more because it's a best out of 2. It's best out of 3. Let's see if this time Donkey Kong can redeem himself. But right now, once again, this player is known for its vicious and fast techniques of attack. And right now, Donkey Kong needs to capitalize and find a way to beat him. Maybe his strategy should be in order because he attacks fast and he attacks strong. Alright, they paused it for a minute. We thought we might have had a technical difficulty here, but right now it looks as if we do not. Let's see. Let's see what's going on right now, folks. Can Donkey Kong find? They're both at critical. Any other next hit could be the final hit for him. Donkey Kong puts up his shield again. Looks like Donkey Kong may be trying to get payback. Donkey Kong may be trying to get his payback here if he can capitalize. It seems as if they are all on a critical. Once again, I'm waiting for that one hit. Any hit right now can do it. They're almost at 200% here. 200% damage here, folks. Think about that. How? Wait, how? Okay, there you go. I was starting to question myself. How? That was my one question, folks, here. How? The question of the day is how. That's one thing we got to question here, folks. How? Okay, this one player, he will not give up. He is relentless. Donkey Kong needs to take a stock now if he has any hopes of trying to win this out. Because after this match, this might be... Folks, this person has continuously just ignored all kinds of death here. Folks, this is very interesting to see here. It is so close. He has not lost a stock since. He has a perfect stock. This might be. He's had perfect stocks the entire time. Unless Donkey Kong can capitalize, he would have done this as a perfect. We're looking at maybe we're looking at a next pro Smash player in the making. We are maybe looking at the next pro Smash player here in the making as we speak here, folks. And that's it. That's it. We just saw the game. And he has had perfect 3 stocks here. Wow. The villager is OP. The villager here is OP, folks. But right now, we are going to go ahead and continue with these tournaments. The game admins are going to discuss with themselves. And in the meantime, why don't we go to a quick intermission? After this, coming around noon, we're going to have some interviews happen with a lot of our presenters, and some you haven't seen yet, and a Raw exclusive premiere coming at you. Right here, only on Patriots Esports League, March Madness. Followed by that, we'll have maybe some basketball gameplay of the world famous NBA franchise. Let's get into it.
Switch out my engine, go cheap, so we can play a little more. And now I can add in this. We had to give people directions on how to use the button, right? So we hit R and rotate it. You can't see it when I rotate, so you can see behind that the actual button is. So now I have a machine gun on the back, and I have sniper rifle but medium speed. Alright. So now we can take this out. And this same steps as before. This boat rocks a lot more. But it rocks a lot more. Similar weight. We have like 8 minutes left, so in 4 or 5 minutes I'm going to stop this. If you have questions about how to make games or about this game or how to use this game, you can either put them in the chat or you can ask me directly. So let's get into the mission. And actually, because I'm not going to have time to finish it, I'm going to give myself an excuse by making us play in a storm. So this is another Unity feature where you can change, you can have weather effects that you buy directly from Unity, and then you can add them into your code. So if you hit certain buttons, it adds that Unity effect. We also were able to buy
Do we fight to hold our heads up high and beat the drum to what we love? Risk the fall, we have felt it all come crashing down from far above. Stars are rising, countless worlds colliding, only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call? We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies. The champions of the world that we
see there's an island here and I don't want to ground my boat. So that's why the storm conditions make this very challenging to destroy all these drones that are hiding around these little island areas. Oh no, another island. Problems. All kinds of problems. All right, so we got boat drone here. Ooh, drone up there in the sky, drone. And then I need to go find a drone in the water. That one in the sky is really hard to shoot down. It takes a lot of practice. But because this game is all about designing the best solutions, it doesn't really end until you tell it to end or you complete the objectives. So even if I strand the boat, it'll let me respawn at the beginning spot. So that way I can test, keep testing and get all the data I want. You can see I'm shooting a wave, not the boat, not the objects. And that is my problem. You can see there's a little computer code working here where it turns green when it thinks I have a good shot. All right. So there's a few more drones around here somewhere. We randomize their paths, so it actually makes it pretty realistic and challenging. And actually, when I showed this to some companies that make weapons like this, they were a little upset that we made it so hard because they designed parts to make these weapons a little easier to use, but we did not include that in our design here. All right, so with 4 minutes left, last call for questions. Questions, what questions do you have? Excellent. So I am going to exit this mission and show you one last part of what we have going on here. So there is a place where you can look at all the ships that you've designed and saved. So you can see different aspects of it. You can see data about the scores that you've done. And then you can also look at the leaderboard. So this was my score recently. I'm playing leverage from other places. Like the, we didn't use it, but the homing missiles, there's like a $20 Unity package that you can buy that gives you the object and the node, and it makes it work so they shoot up in the air, and then you're able to, it's able to destroy objects in your code. So there's a lot of things out there that can help you create your vision quickly, and a lot of it's open source. So on that note, I'm going to stop here, because I know at noon we switch over to the interview. But if you go to navalengineers.org, actually, yeah, navalengineers.org/link for free and play anytime you want. And if you have any questions, you can email me at education.
right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Patriots Esports League March Madness event. My name is Justin Graves. I've been your main shotcaster for today, and so far this event has been amazing, both here in person, as you've seen with our interviews, and our virtual expo. In fact, we actually have our virtual expo presenters, and two that haven't presented yet are actually going to be interviewed by our virtual expo shoutcaster, Holland Hubert. So let's go ahead and send it over to Holland. Holland, who do you have for us?
It is.
Deceive me, never shall I tolerate their crimes again. Now let the hunt begin. Yeah. 7,000 souls scared and daunted, such a terrible. Not too long ago, this village was a golden sea.
So engineers already use here. They call it the simulator. But it's actually things like Unity or to live forever. But when you bring down the dark regime, to unleash eternal power, lead us to order. It's a really big deal in our industries, not only to simulate how things work when they're first designed, but then to actually have like kind of like a video game copy of a real world object. It's called a digital twin. And then they live through the same maintenance and weather and all that stuff. So that way you can know by the digital twin all the data that's kind of hard to collect in the real world. And then you can use the digital twin to inform how you do the maintenance schedule down the road. So because we see this happening all the time in the real world, we knew that bringing it in a video game down to the high school and middle school level would be a natural fit because these things already exist, that the real professions are out there where you design these things. There's professionals that use these things all the time. So we're just replicating what you'll see in your professional experience.
Thank you for that. So what kind of opportunities that you know of are out there for students looking to go to college?
Sure. So there's a whole lot. So I know that there's people even in this chat right now who are working right now on projects that they care a lot about. So having a portfolio now that can kind of give you a code base and help inform your next steps is a good initial thing. Sometimes those projects turn into careers. So you might be working on something as a high school student that ends up being something you start working on full time at 19, and you find ways that can fund the lifestyle that you want, and that works out for you. And if that's a path. There's a path, obviously, with naval engineers, we work a lot with the Coast Guard and the Navy. So there's groups like that where they'll help you get paid to get some education, either with them or in other places. And then there's a trade-off there, right, where they want to see some of your time. And then there's the, either 2 or 4 year college experience. I know that Prince George's County has great programs at their community college level that can kind of get you into these tracks too at a more affordable rate. The one thing that all engineers and video game design companies want to see is real projects that you've worked on and delivered on. Whether you're doing that on your own or in an educational setting, those kinds of projects that you actually design, build, and manage, that's the kind of skills that employers are looking for. We have one program where we give some money to college students as a team. They spend about $7,000 and they build an electric powered boat that can go 5 miles. And we don't do that just because we want to see the boat. We do that so that they have this experience of just thinking about a boat, designing it, working as a team, actually building it, putting the pieces together, find out it didn't work the first time, working really hard over weekends to get it to work, and then put it out in the real world. So no matter what kind of educational path that you work through, whether you're coming from high school directly into the workforce, whether you find like a middle path where you have some work study options, whether that's from the government or from a company, or going straight to a 2 or 4 year school, if you're not only learning, but applying that learning and having projects that you can point to and say, I did that and it worked at the end, that's the key for the educational experiences that you want to hunt down.
Thank you for that. And then our last question for you today is, what do you think is the most interesting aspect of your job?
So my job is wild because I shouldn't even be here, right? I am an educational psychologist. I help teachers design curriculum. I work with people to write grants so that way they can find money so that they can get their ideas actually made. And I get to be at a video game conference with really exciting students that are designing future innovations, right? So one thing that I always advocate for is try to be the unique person in the room. There might be a lot of people that are like you, but if you go to a spot where there's not many of you, you're going to learn a lot and keep on, maintaining and keeping learning is such a key part to stay relevant and creative in today's environment. So, um, what I really like about my position is I get to find ways that we can use video games to teach the things that you would actually see on an SAT or a real formal test, but in a way that makes it feel like you can learn for longer and hold that information in longer so you can actually use it in the real world. So, maybe someone who saw this presentation might be working on a house down the road and say, no, that thing's too heavy. I know that's going to push a lot of weight this way. We need to do this other thing. And that's the kind of like real world learning that I hope that we can really engage in regularly. And it takes this kind of making it interesting, making it motivational, and making it apply. So that's where I come from.
Thank you so much for sharing your advice and information.
Well, and thank you for all your help today. It's been great. Really appreciate it.
So next, I will be interviewing Danica Perez. Miss Perez, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. So our first question for you today is, why did you choose to go to the University of Maryland?
Yeah, so actually UMD wasn't my first choice. I was someone who was like actually trying to go to another college, but at the end of the day, um, the primary reason for UMD is actually finances. I got a scholarship that made it way more affordable than all of the other places, and of course, I live in Maryland, so it's in state. But I don't regret at all going to UMD because my major is something that's unique to UMD, and there's no other place where there's a special like outlook on specifically like extended reality and stuff like that. Um, so there's a lot of opportunities at UMD that I wasn't aware of when I was applying to college, and I'm really glad that I made this choice.
Thank you. And so what attracted you to the major of immersive media design?
Yeah, so I always was considering doing an art major growing up because I've been doing art for so long, but I realized that I didn't want to limit myself to just like drawing or painting or something like that. I wanted like a technical side to it. So immersive media design was actually the perfect major for me. Of course, I've been doing digital art, not just like traditional art, so that already made sense. But I also have an intellectual side and this desire to learn more about stuff like programming and computer science. And since immersive media mixes both of those, it was just like the perfect major for me.
That's so good to hear how you found a major that was perfect for you. And so where did your experience of digital art drawing begin?
So I said this a little bit in my workshop, but it started in fourth and fifth grade. I actually started on this website called Disney Create, and then there was this little drawing editor in the website where you could like paint like with really simple tools, because it was a website made for kids. But there was like an entire community on this website of artists where because you could post your art, and I was very involved. And a year after that, the website actually shut down. And so what I did was I still had this desire to draw, and I was still a kid, so I started using these free alternative programs instead, which eventually led to me just drawing with the programs that I use now, like Clip Studio Paint, for example. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I started there and I just was always into it. And I would just teach myself online using like YouTube and like tutorials like that.
Thank you for telling us about your major of immersive media design and about attending UMD. It was great having you here with us today.
Thank you so much.
So please help me in welcoming our next presenter, Kimber Gonzalez. Thank you for joining us today.
And thank you guys for having me.
So our first question for you today is, what was your club founded with the purpose of?
Well, the club was founded with the purpose of being a hands-on club that people could experience at Prince George's Community College. What I first saw when I went to PGCC is that there wasn't that many clubs. There wasn't any clubs that promoted hands-on learning of coding. Maybe general things, but not things that directly were hands-on. You type with a keyboard, you make your own programs. So, I was really into coding, so I decided that is what I would found my club on. I got a few officers, and now we have a whole club.
Thank you for that. And so what is your goal for your future career, and how has PGCC helped you?
Well, my future career is to be a software engineer at one of these, big tech companies. So that's my end goal career. And PGCC has really helped me with that on the college end, because being there has allowed me to gain credit, right? So these credits will eventually transfer into a 4-year university at a much lower cost, because I chose to go to a 2-year institution before transferring to a 4-year one. So yeah, that's how it really helped me out. And it's a really nice place to be, first of all, and all the clubs and different experiences I've had is surely going to help me in my future career.
Thank you. And then our last question for you is that, being in the position that you are in now, do you have any advice to those who are in the exact same or close to your same stages of life?
Okay, yeah. So right now I'm in high school currently. So for all my high schoolers, all my sophomores and my freshmen out there, really study hard for your SAT, get good grades, really work hard on getting into that school that you want, so that you don't have to pay, and getting scholarships so that you don't have to pay as much when you go into school. And if you're, just starting out, you want to learn how to code games, I would definitely recommend looking up a course online. I personally recommend udemy.com. I know there's like Code Academy and code.org, freecode.com, I think. Things like that, of that nature, you can look up how to code, you can make your own video games, and you can start simple, and over time you'd build up to something really grand. So yeah, don't give up. And yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much for explaining to us your club and how PGCC has helped you in preparing for your future career. Our final presenter that I will be interviewing is Aldrin. Hi, Aldrin. How are you today?
I'm all right. Can you guys hear me well?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good.
All right. So our first question for you is, so as we know, you're one of the co-founders of Jack Elite Game Studios. How did this company begin?
So we actually started the company around 8th grade, I'm pretty sure. It was originally me, Justin, and 2 other friends. And we were in a robotics club during our 8th grade year, and we just decided, hey, let's make a game. So our robotics sponsor was very keen on the idea, and he even suggested that we make it sort of like a company kind of thing. And that is the person who helped us make this company, which is a limited liability company. And he went to help us all throughout the legal processes.
All right. So what kind of skills did you all have to learn and are improving to create a better experience?
Originally we had to learn C hash and C coding to make our very first makes of what we would call a game when we were in 8th grade. Um, we learned that in Unity, I'm pretty sure, and right now currently we're still learning how to do spaghetti coding and different types of other kind of coding that we have to use for engines like Unreal Engine, or we also have to learn about artistic capabilities that we have to do for like Maya, which is a 3D art software, and different stuff like that.
And then our final question for you is that, for any of our future game developers on this live stream, what kind of advice do you have for them?
Yeah, definitely. So, the most important advice I can give you is anyone can do it. You don't have to be a special person, or you don't have to have this big company. You could do it yourself, honestly. You just have to have the idea on hand. Um, any kind of idea will do. If you think, oh, that like if you think it's gonna be an enjoyable game, make it. Like it's art. It's your art. So just don't give up and you can do it.
Thank you, Aldrin, and to all of our presenters for joining us today. Now let's get back to the live stream because I think we have something that is a shock to everyone. Over to you, Justin and Aldrin.
As you saw right there, that was the logo for our company, JAK Elite Game Studios LLC. I'm proud to have Audrey Duran as my co-founder, business partner, and amazing friend. And for months, we have been working on a brand new indie game experience to bring to all of you. When we originally started this game, we came at it with the prospect of wanting to give a celebration of some of the games that we had before, as well as throwing our own little spin on it and creating something different that we wanted to enjoy. And a lot of the things that we found in this game was more about teamwork and found family more than anything else. Plus, it was also about saving the world even when it's in jeopardy, which is why we are proud to announce the official synopsis for our game right now. After an unknown organization sets forth a series of cataclysmic events, 4 protectors are called upon by forces front pass to uncover great weapons and secret source of energy to prevent more chaos. Little do these 4 unlikely heroes know that the hunt they're on will lead them towards a conspiracy spanning millions of years in a fight for godlike forces. A fight that may end with the end of civilization if they do not prevent it. This is if they cannot rise up and become guardians. Now, a lot of the features that I have in this game are some mechanics I really love to test, and some that we can officially confirm. First up, superhero mechanics and abilities. These special abilities are unique for each and separate character that we have in our game, and from there, they'll be able to create special attacks, area effect damages, and more. Our characters all are based upon different elements and different entities and beings from different mythologies spanning across the entire world. Next up, AI companions. Taking the influence from the games of the past and some of the games currently, we wanted the player to feel as if they really were a part of the team, which is why we officially have AI companions with your team being able to fight alongside you, which leads into our next component, team up moves. The player will be able to interact with their AI companions in order to deliver an astounding blow to their main enemy and a display of extreme damage and amazing abilities. For example, 2 of our characters can summon a fire tornado, or all four members of his team can unite to create an amazing cataclysm. Not cataclysmic, but definitely something that's going to leave the enemies of the game definitely running. This game will officially span multiple locations across the globe, from Hawaii to Japan to Cuba, Shanghai, and even the unknown reaches of space and alternate dimensions. We are proud to also announce the art style of this game will be taking inspiration from different anime and cel shader abilities. In fact, we actually have a character reveal right now coming at you. We would love to introduce our first ever character, Solaris, aka Miles Williams. He serves as the leader of this incredible team who is set forth to save the world from these unknown forces. He retains abilities from the god of the sun, Ra, is able to manipulate fire and star energy to his own content. He'll be equipped with the staff of Ra during his abilities as he hunts down this treasure to claim it for his own and become a partner of Ra. What you're seeing right now is his legend suit after he has officially partnered with him and bonded in order to become something more than himself. For this character, we want to specialize more in the melee abilities as per se the ranged abilities. This is why he is much more acrobatic than some of the others, and with the abilities of the staff, we'll definitely be able to send different enemies packing with a wallop of a fire tornado. Now, we can officially announce that we do have more coming at you in the next 2 weeks as far as reveals go. But for right now, we wanted to officially announce our game right here, right now. Because guess what? For millions of years, this conspiracy has been spanning, and not many know what's really going on. But this time, they have a chance to end it for good. Because this time, destiny is rewritten. You can follow us on Instagram at JK Game Studios, and we'll see all of you as we continue development on Reforge. Now then, we're gonna go ahead and head right back to our break. Right now, currently in person, we're on a break, but right now our virtual expo is going better than ever before. So why don't we tune into that after this quick intermission?
Law school. I don't think anybody should be a lawyer, but I think going to law school would actually be useful because it teaches you how to think in a certain way, in the same way that computer programming teaches you in a slightly different way how to think. And so I view computer science as a liberal art. It should be something that everybody takes a year in their life. One of the courses they take is, learning how to program.
Programming is where you're describing to the machine how to do something. And so telling it how to play tic-tac-toe, telling it how to play the board game Monopoly, telling it how to convert numbers from one base to another. And the idea of, okay, there's these simple instructions, but if you put them together, then you can synthesize something quite complex. It's a fascinating kind of mathematical thing. How can you make it fast? How can you make it small? The fact of understanding how the computer works gives you a real sense of what it can do and what it can't do. There's a lot of great jobs out there, and so we don't have programming enough on the curriculum. But I certainly wouldn't put it at like math or literacy. But there's a lot of innovative stuff that make it more interesting. It's not just for nerds like it was when I did it.
Programming is one of the only things in the world that you can do where you can sit down and just make something completely new from scratch, whatever you want.
I took one computer class in college and
So you guys just heard from, multi-billionaires, Mark Zuckerberg, and everyone else. Like, these guys know what they're talking about because they created tech companies that are so huge that everyone knows their name when you talk about them. Like, everyone knows what Facebook is, everyone knows what Instagram is, right? So we're going to get into what I think Bill Gates was talking about. Bill Gates is the creator of Windows, Microsoft. So he was saying that we use programming to build video games like tic-tac-toe. So that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to be building something like tic-tac-toe, but a little better. But yeah, why should you learn a code? Because coding, these are other reasons why you should learn code, because it is possible to self-teach yourself. There are people who work for Facebook, Amazon, Netflix who have taught themselves. So you don't necessarily have to go to college to learn how to code, but it's possible for you to teach yourself just by going to YouTube and looking up courses online, using your money to invest in yourself and learn these different skills. It's an amazing community where there's places on Reddit, Discord, where you can learn how to code, and there's people that want to help you and that are actively helping you in your coding journey. Coding is very diverse in that you don't have to make software engineering your main thing. For example, you can start your own apps and businesses that revolve around different things. For example, you can make a website for your pizza business. You can make an app for your pizza business. You can do all these different things. You can do finance, video games, cybersecurity, web development, app development, programming, like all these different things that you can do. It's not just when you become a coder, you have to do software engineering or software like programming. You know, you can branch out to different things and you can do your own thing. So yeah, we're going to be using Python and PyCharm to help us build our program today. But not only PyCharm today, we're also going to be using a website called REPL.it, where you can kind of make your own coding programs. So yeah, let's get right into that. So yeah, let me share my screen over on this end. Okay, so I have an application open here. This is the code. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Actually, I can't for some reason, but yeah, this is the code that I used to build this game. It's called Pong. Okay, so when I run this code, I get Pong, and I like this presentation a lot. You can hear the window sound. That's just big from the game. Every time the ball bounces, you'll hear like a window sound, which I think is pretty funny. But yeah, I turned it off. But yeah, this is really cool. It took me about maybe a month to learn when I got started. So it's not like none of you guys can build it, because it's really simple to build. You can learn how to build it in a month. I mean, as long as you're consistent, it's super simple. And I can move everything, of course. You can have 2 players on each side. And it uses a lot of basic math skills that you've probably already learned if you're in high school or even middle school. You've probably already learned what is necessary to build a project like this. So yeah, I thought it's really cool, and I love showing this to students just to demonstrate what is possible with coding. With just like a month of coding, this is what is possible, and this is what you can do. And this is all the code over here that I used to build it. Over 100 lines. So yeah, but today I kind of want to focus on something that may be a little easier to digest. Okay, so I want to build a calculator, but this calculator is for your bills when you go to a restaurant. Okay, so let's say you go to a restaurant with a group of friends. You have like 5 friends. The total comes out to 100 plus tip, right? So I built this program, which is a little bit easier to digest for those new programmers out there. And you can probably learn how to do this in less than a week, to be honest. So yeah, it's really simple. So what we need to do is, first, we need to gather information from the user. We need to calculate the correct number using Python math, and we have to communicate the answer with the user. Okay, so what is the info that we're going to need? Well, we're going to need to know how many people are eating, right? We have to know how many people are eating, first of all. Then we have to know, for example, how much was the total bill? And we have to know how much was the tip, right? Like what is the tip that you want to add? So we get all this information from the user. Okay, the user is the person who's using your app, right? And then we calculate the numbers that we want using Python math. So we want the bill split into how many people, right? So that's the number that we're going to calculate using math. And then when we have our answer, we have to finally communicate that answer with the user. Okay, so this exercise is kind of for us to think like programmers, think like actual software engineers, and what is going through their mind when they're building apps, right? So this website is called REPL.it, REPL.it.com. So if I can put that in the link, if you guys want to follow along, you will need a laptop or a computer. So yeah, so let me kind of delete this, and I want to kind of explain what I'm doing as I go along. So first, we need the user's input. So we need the user to give us information. So that information can be, we're going to call that information the number of people. I'm just going to say num people. And what we're telling the computer is, I want you to ask the user how many people. Okay, so I'm going to do int input. And I'm going to say quotation marks. I'm going to say how many people in your party. And then we're going to leave some space for the user to answer. So when I run this code right now, it'll just say this: how many people in your party? I'm going to say 5 or 6. Okay, but nothing happens yet because we haven't programmed the computer to do anything with that information, which is in the second step, right? But first, before we get there, we still need some more information. For example, how much was the total bill, right? So total bill, I'm going to save that as a float, which is not important right now. We're going to say, what was your total bill? And we're going to leave some space there for the user to answer. So now when I run the code, it'll ask me how many in your party first. Okay, I'm going to say 5. And then what was your total bill? I'm going to say $100. Nothing happens yet because we're not there yet. Next, we want to calculate the tip. So the tip, we're going to ask the user, what was your, how much do you want to tip? How much do you want to tip? And for simplicity's sake, we're just going to keep it, we're going to tell the user, please input either 10, 15, or 20. Okay, which that means 10, 15, or 20%, right? So now when we go here, we'll run it. 5 people, total bill, $100. How much do I want to tip? $10 is fine. Not $10, 10%, right? Okay, so now we finished that first step, which was to collect the information. Now we have to go to the second step, which is calculate the correct number using Python math. So how do we calculate the total bill, first of all? And then how do we calculate how many people, how many each person will pay? Well, first we need the total bill plus the tip, and then divide that number by the number of people. Done, right? So we're going to call this the total bill and tip. So the total bill and the tip is equal to the total bill, which is this one up here, the info that we collected from the user before. So total bill plus parentheses the tip times, okay, this is going to be a little crazy, but the tip divided by 100 in parentheses, the tip divided by 100 in parentheses times the total bill again. Okay, this is not that hard, don't worry. It's just that what I'm doing is I'm trying to add the total bill to the tip, right? I'm trying to add them together. So if I have the total bill is 100, right? And then I want to add the tip percentage. So what's 10% of 100? 10% of 100 is 10, right? So 100 plus 10 is 110. That's the total bill. How do I get that 10 though? If I say I want to tip 10%, so all I have is 10 right now. So I'm dividing 10 by 100, and then I'm multiplying that by 100. And that'll give me 10. That's how that works. Sorry if that's a little complicated, but yeah. Next, that's the total bill and the tip. And then all we have to do is the final answer. We take the total bill and the tip, and we divide that by the number of people. And now when I run the code, first we have to print. Okay, so that's the second step. The second step was to calculate the correct number using Python math, which is what we did. We have our number now. Okay, now the final step is to communicate the answer with the user. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, we're going to print something out. So we're going to print. This means we're going to just say something to the user. We're going to say something. So I'm going to say the final bill for everyone is and I'm gonna put in the final answer that we had earlier. So it's gonna insert this number into here, and I'm gonna put a $sign, And now let's run our code once and for all. How many people in your party? Let's say 5 people. What was your total bill? Let's say 100. And how much do we want to tip? Let's tip 20%. Okay, and then the final bill for everyone is $24. So yeah, we're done. So this is the final bill that everyone will pay, right? So if you have 5 friends, $24 for each of them, you tell them to pay up, tell them to pay in cash or Zelle or whatever. And then yeah, you're done. So what's really cool about this website is that you can actually put this on your phone. So if you look up this link right now on your phone, you can run my code, and then my code will run on your phone. And then it's like you have your own app pretty much. So now when you go to a restaurant, you can pull up the app on your phone, and you can put in the numbers, and then you can poop out, the right information. So yeah, so this is why this is really cool. And you can have like your own idea, for example. So like maybe you don't want this type of calculator, maybe you want a different type of calculator. You learn how to make it, and then you make it, and then you put it on your phone, and now it's on your phone. Like, it's really like, it really just, it's like one cool thing that you have on your phone that you can use for everything. So yeah, that's the end of my presentation, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little calculator and also the ping pong game that we had earlier.
All right, thank you so much for your presentation. I think that everyone here learned a little something new. This virtual expo has been a blast so far, and it's only going to get better with our final Kahoot game show. Remember, they're going to be based on the presentations you all saw today, so be sure that you've been paying attention because it may win you some money. Before this, we do have one final guest speaker here to talk about their journey so far, hot off the press from their game reveal an hour ago. Aldrin Duran and Justin Graves are the co-founders and lead game developers of Jack Elite Game Studios, LLC, an independent video game development company. Both being graduates of Oxon Hill High School, they are currently attending the University of Maryland College Park, pursuing a degree in immersive media design. Currently, their team promotes video game careers in STEM alongside the Patriots and currently in their active development of RE Forge. I now like to welcome Aldrin Duran of Jack Elite Game Studios, LLC to the virtual stage.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Aldrin. Unfortunately, my camera isn't working properly right now. I don't know what's going on with it. But a little logo going on. Sir, let's go, man. So what is JK Elite Gaming Studios? So our company is basically a limited liability company that produces and sell games. And we're currently working on the creation of beta states of multiple games. And we're continuing making our strides to future game development careers and games that are available to everyone. So our most current game right now is something that Holland mentioned earlier, which is boom, Rayforge. So basically, Rayforge is an action adventure RPG, which is also open world. And the synopsis of this game goes like this. After an unknown organization sets forth a series of cataclysmic events, 4 protectors are called upon by forces from the past to uncover great weapons and a secret source of energy. Little do these 4 unlikely souls know that the hunt they're on will lead them toward a conspiracy spanning millions of years and a fight for godlike forces. A fight that may end with the end of civilization if they cannot rise up and become guardians. So it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic game where you, as a character that you choose in the beginning, fight for basically the survival of mankind. So let's go about all about the game. So for our game concepts, the AI allies during a fight, and we have super moves, etc. for your main character. So we have the common concepts where basically you have an ally by your side at times that can fight with you. You can pick up objects. You have common moves such as a punch or a kick or a sword slash, depending on what class you pick. And your fellow gatekeepers as a found family will fight alongside you using AI behavior trees. So this is very similar to the first concept, where based on your character, certain types of characters will help you alongside your fight. More into super moves, you'll be able to harness different super moves and abilities for each unique character. So these do take up stat abilities. So super moves are kind of like your own unique thing as a character, depending on which one you choose in the beginning. And there's also team up moves, which happens when you partner with your allies and you're able to deliver devastating and unique attacks. So these are our main characters thus far. So for our first main character, we have Miles Williams, which is Solaris. And Solaris will wield the powerful staff known only as Raw's Light, being someone who stands for justice, not just physically, but mentally as well, working his way to giving counseling and therapy for those struggling. And the role for Miles is leader. Our next character is Dominic Jones. He's also known as Geostrike, and he's our Mason Shield combo in the game. So there's like different builds in the game as well, known as the Storm of Right Shield. And being a techie and superhero lover at heart, this threat may be out of the comic books, but he knows that just like there, it's all serious, and that if he was called to help, then it's time to embrace it. So Dominic Jones is a superhero expert, and he's a technology specialist, kind of like a steampunk kind character. And then we have Leia Hernandez, which is also known as Harmony. And she's our expert explorer of the team, and she wields the dualities of action, dual whips that in-game manipulate both light and dark energy. And then when we find her, she's the first character introduced to us, being a cave explorer. So she'll find these nefarious forces first and help to unite this new family. So Leia is our ranged warrior build, kind of like a elf and arrow type person. Then we have Amy Miller. She's known as a healer and a mage mythica. And so her skills are also based on being a mage, so a ranged attack, and she's also our main healer in the game. These are our official leaks in Word, and also these are our official leaks in video. So right now we've been working on creating Solaris, or Miles Williams. This is a low poly model of him in 360, just the starts of it. So very flashy. There's also another video. Hold on. There's also another video with him in a more fully functioning light up suit, which is also a low poly model as well. Very nice neon going on. Sorry. And for our opportunities, there are ways for you to explore the game development industry too. So being a de facto leader in the process, the lead game developer and designer is involved in every single process of making a video game. So my roles would include communicating with fellow developers and departments on duties, programming and designing the game alongside departments, and documenting the entire process of development. And so more about Unreal Engine, which is the engine we use to design this game. Unreal Engine is a free to download game development program used by AAA studios and independent game developers. It's a little more intuitive than, let's say, Unity, which is another common engine that people use to make games. And it's something that you guys can try as well. It's definitely an easier interface to use. There's this concept in Unreal Engine called spaghetti coding, where basically you can drag code onto the board, and you can make your game just like that. So it's kind of like Scratch, or I forgot that coding website with the little cat in the front. It's kind of like that, but it definitely is more flexible, and there's a lot more possibilities and capabilities that you can go on with for Unreal Engine. So for the animators and modelers, being more artistically bound, animators and modelers convert 2D concept art into 3D models, shown here, render textures and materials, or what makes a character stand out, rig the character with a skeleton to allow for animating, and take any mocap and sync it to a character for cutscenes or in-game processes. So if you're more into animating 3D concepts and modeling, what I'd recommend is definitely using Maya or even Autodesk Character Generator. Here you can create your own 3D art or even characters, and you could import them into, let's say, an engine like Unity or something, which you'd commonly use. And you could even animate these 3D concepts inside of Unity, or use this new technology in Unity called animation rigging, where you can animate the 3D concept as well in an easier manner. You can also use Blender, which is a free to download 2D and 3D modeling program used by AAA studios and independent game developers. Very similar to Maya, different concepts in it, but it's one of a kind and is very unique as well. And this is our info and handles, just in case. This is our Instagram, which was very recently made. Go check it out. And here's our TikTok, which is in a development right now. And that's all. Thank you guys for listening.
All right, thank you so much for your presentation as well. So I want to welcome all of our people to the finale of the Patriots Esports League March Madness. There have been so many opportunities and information offered today, but now we wrap it up with our final Kahoot game shows. The top 3 winners of each game show will receive a $25 gift card based on the presenters today. So there's going to be 2 Kahoots. Today, there's going to be one on the first 2 presenters and then one based on the second 2 presenters. So there will be a chance, so even if you don't win the first one, there'll be a chance for you to win the second one. So is everyone ready for the Kahoots? Let me get a yes, let me get a no. How are we all feeling? You're ready? Okay, I see someone was quick. Kimberly was quick with the yes. All right, everyone's ready. All right, so we're going to get started with our first Kahoot.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to March Madness for the Patriots Esports League. This is our premier event for March. This is our 3rd tournament. I've been Justin Graves, one of your main shoutcasters. And right now, let's get back into exploring Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for our game tournament. You see right now, we have them setting up their controllers for individuals, and we actually had a match just finish up. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Seems like they may be having a little bit of some trouble here. Maybe some little bit of trouble. But let's see what's going on so far in this other match. Alright, let's see. Right now in this match, it looks like it's mainly Pokemon themed. Okay. We got a little bit of a theme going on here with Pokemon. We have a little bit of a Pokemon theme going on here. That's awesome to see. First, I've always been a big fan of Pokemon. Alright, let's see. Let's see what we got right now. Who knows, maybe I can get closer enough to give a better commentary. Oh, right now. Ooh. We have RJ versus. Woo. Let's try to see if we can't get any closer to the versus. Oh! Paid back for that stocking pool. Paid all the way back for that stocking pool. And some people are saying he deserved it for spamming. A little bit of some drama in there. A little bit of some drama going on. Oh! You saw that slow-mo right there? We're not going to talk about somebody just got punted off the screen? I don't think we're going to talk about that one. That's a little bit of a... Wow. Somebody really got punted off that screen. Alright, let's see what's going on right now. One sock versus two sock. This is actually going very differently than I thought it would. But right now, it seems as if we may be having a Kahoot game show in our virtual expo. So why don't we take a look at that?
Okay. Thank you guys for being so interactive. I really have enjoyed this. All right, so it's getting ready to be 1:05. For those that have not joined, you still will have a chance to join because the pin is going to be shown at the bottom of the screen. But at 1:05 directly, I will be starting. And so you guys will have a chance to win. All right, so we're going to start in a couple seconds. So 1:05 right now is showing 1:04 for me. At 1:05, we'll get started. Okay, I see someone just joined. Okay, if you guys are not in, please tell me because I'm getting ready to start. I'm gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm seeing nobody in the chat saying they need to join, so we're gonna get started. All right, so our first question is, what program is recommended for those interested in creative coding? And so the answer choices are Unreal Engine, Unity, Maya, and Processing. And you're going to have about 22 seconds to answer. All right, so I see one person got that right, and it is Processing. And I see Angie was the one who got that. Congratulations, Angie. And so there's 10 questions. The next question is propellers efficiently turn the motor blank into speed, acceleration, rotational force, and pumping mechanics. You have about 22 seconds to answer. All right, so majority of you guys got that right. It is rotational force. And I see Angie is still in the lead. Next, we have a true or false question.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our tournament. Once again, it's time to go Pokemon team. And this is our best 2 out of 3. Remember that one, folks. Best 2 out of 3. So right now, they have chance. Oh, the recovery though. That was a fast recovery, actually. This is actually our second chance. This is actually our last chance. I'm honestly not sure who won the first one, but let's say this. This might be somebody's last chance to get into the finals. Right now. There is a lot of capitalization being taken here. And as you can see right now, we also have spectators joining us. I love that. We even have a referee here. We even have our trainers here with us. You're going to be able to see the defeat of who. Oh! That one was a brutal one. That was a brutal one here, folks. It seems that the background music is appropriate for this one time. I can hear the commotion coming. Oh! I can hear the commotion coming from the competitors right now as we speak. I can hear the commotion. I can hear their anticipation. Alright, let's see how's it going so far. Woo! It seems that these guys are trading blows left and right. Only question is, who's going to become the winner here? Because they are trading blows left and right. Oh, there's no way. There's no way. There is no way. There's no way. I don't know how to describe this. Lucario won because of I don't know how to describe this, folks. We'll have to come back to after this for a quick intermission. I don't know how to describe that. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we have come back from the game admins that have determined that does count, meaning that Lucario, player 1, aka RJ, is our ultimate winner for this final. However, we still have one going on. It's a villager versus Sora in the DLC. So let's go ahead and get you guys here to see him after this quick intermission. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and as you can see, we also have our game in there. As you can see, we are back. It is a villager versus Sora, and right now Sora seems to be losing. Sora still has a chance to recover, though. They're all still free stocks, so right now it seems as if there is a chance for a quick recovery. It's only up for the fates to decide. And right now, it seems like our players are very in anticipation right now. You see, a lot of the players who are even out have even started to crowd around as they want to view the event as well. My question is, who is going to become a winner? Okay, who is going to become a winner is the question.
Can you move to the right a little bit? Okay, that's good.
Alright, let's see right now. But he also got the ghost round. He also got a grip down, so that may be, something to consider here. Although it seems like Short is starting to recover here. And he seems as if he was starting to spam a bit. Ooh. Heavy blows down on Sora by the villager, who is currently at 48%. Let's see how much damage he can face before it's all done. Oh! Never mind, folks. Looks like Sora still has a fight left in him. So Villager will not let him bow down without a good fight. Oh! That was gameful. You saw it right there.
That quick? Oh.
You saw it right there as Ultimate Villager was the winner. Now let that question begin of is the Villager 2 OP? But right now, we'll take a quick intermission as we begin to review our finalists. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our event. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Patriots Esports League March Madness event. We definitely have a lot here for you, and right now we are continuing our event. We do have some more Super Smash Bros. Tournament coming at you. You see right now we have a Ganondorf versus a Kirby player. Folks, this is the final tournament. So right now these two brackets are going to determine who our winners are of our gift cards. As soon as they finish up, we will then begin the award ceremony. And right now, they all seem motivated because money is a motivator. Right now, they definitely have seemed to enjoy the event so far, and we can't wait to see what happens next.
En los juegos de casino, o en su teléfono o computadora, establezca un
right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Esports Tournament, March Madness Edition. Once again, I'm Justin Gray, the broadcaster. Right now, as you can see, we are beginning to enter our finals for the game tournament. This time, we're going to be taking a look at Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Right now, one tournament already wrapped up this morning, and we already have 2 winners. First place, Dylan. First place, Kellen. Second place, Dylan. Congratulations to both of them. They're going to get their prize money in the form of gift cards. But in the meantime, it looks like in one of our other tournaments, Pitt has won the best 2 out of 3, and they will continue to advance through the finals. And once we come back over the mic, it will be to hopefully announce our final winners.
Go Vax, Maryland. Make an appointment at covidvax.maryland.gov.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to March Madness. We are getting close to the finals. And as you see right now, everybody's getting prepared. We have a lot of people here today. We have a lot of participants here. I'm very excited to see who wins. And we also have the announcements for our first two brackets. As soon as we end up doing this, we are going to go ahead and be announcing those winners soon. And it seems as if they're delivering their maps now. Alright, we need to figure out who they're going to choose. Let's see. Player number 1 with the nickname. Oh, it seems that we have some competitors who also want to view it. We also have some competitors who also want to view it. Oh, we have Villager versus Pit. Villager has been one of the most popular characters today. Villager has definitely been one of the most popular characters to date today. That is awesome to see. And right now it seems as if there will be... We definitely need some music for this event. Alright, let's see. So far it seems as if... Ooh! Once again, Villager seems to be dealing a lot of damage. Villager has been a very dangerous person this entire event. Oh! And the Villager launches Pit once more. The Villager launches Pit once more. Oh, and looks like Pit is down in stock, and Villager is only at 11%. Oh, it's 25% damage now. The only question is, can they make up for this? Can they make up for it? Ooh. Alright, it seems that right now, this Villager is actually a very unique method. This Villager has been seen multiple times throughout these tournaments. It seems that today he's changed, at least for this round, he's changed up his strategy. At first we saw that he likes to hit hard, hit fast, and that he does a lot of damage in a short amount of time. But right now it seems as if he's actually changing his tactics more of a bait and switch. There's no way. Oh, Pit just fell. Pit could not get back up. He lost because he's down in one side. The only question is, can he get any revenge on Villager? Oh, there he goes. That tactic again. You see, this Villager player is very dangerous to be around right now. Oh, I thought that for a second this Pit got payback. The only question is, will he... Okay. Alright, let's see. Right now, ooh. Villager. Oh! I thought it was about to be homie stock. Okay, so far, this might have ended the Villager's reign of having perfect stocks during each match. But so far, he usually does not lose more than 2 stocks. He is definitely a pro when it comes to this game. He's definitely a pro at throwing the audience. Oh. He just dealt a Merriweather on that's it. In this game. You saw it right there, folks. That was game. That was game for that one. And it seems that this is going to be best 2 out of 3, so this is the only chance that Pit will have to capitalize. The only question is who will come out victorious from this. Okay, immediately it seems like Pit has taken more to fighting front burners with more offensive. Oh, and Villager continues to spam some moves that I've seen before. Alright, that was a I was gonna say a very effective block from... That was in the immediate 30 seconds of this match. That was the immediate 30 seconds of this match. I just like to make that note. That was the first 30 seconds of the match. That is the same thing about folks. Once again, okay, this time Villager has changed up his tactic once more. Instead of just baiting and switching him, he is just finishing it off fast. He is finishing it off fast and finishing him off easy. That is wow. I don't even think this player is stressed out about it. That is insane. And he recovered immediately. Right now, it seems as if the pit is definitely getting very, very, very desperate here for any kind of advantage. And this might have... Oh. It's almost over. It seems as if in his pursuits right here, to get some kind of advantage over him, they've begun to think erratically, and now he won't be able to capitalize. The only question is, ooh. You know, you can't just get the belt. Okay, so Pate here seems to have gotten one stock out, but right now he still has a lot to make up for. It seems like he was attempting to just continue him as spiral upward attack. Okay. Villager will not mess around with this anymore. Villager might just end it here and now. I was saying that the pit once again in a moment of desperation will continue to go for it. And that's it. That's game. That's game for this one, folks. That is game for this one, folks. Let's see how many tournaments they have left until we find ourselves a winner. We'll be right back with this quick intermission.
If you smell natural gas, don't wait. Get out fast. Call 911 or 877-778-7798. Call BGE 24 hours a day, 7 days a week if you detect natural gas. Call us even on weekends and holidays. We'll check it out at no cost to you. Call 911 or 877-778-7798.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now back, and this time we actually have some announcements of our winners. So far, we have had 3 different Smash tournaments. Our third one is finalizing right now. Alright, so in our second tournament today, let's go back to the first one. Our first tournament of the day. In third place, we have Michael with 2 wins and 1 loss. Next up, winning the silver. In second place, we had Dylan with 2 wins and 1 loss. And finally, taking the gold home. In first place, we have Ellen. That is for our first tournament. And we have just finished up our second tournament. In third place, with taking the bronze, 2 wins and 1 loss, we have RJ. In second place, taking the silver, with 2 wins and 1 loss, we have Michael. And finally, in first place, with once again 3 wins and 0 losses, we have Kellen taking home the gold. He has definitely been a very, very tough opponent to beat this entire season and this entire game. And in fact, he was also ranked in our previous tournaments as well. He is definitely a fierce competitor that we have seen throughout the Patriots Esports League program in his overall calendar year. And we would be sure to definitely see more of him as he becomes an even greater player.
They didn't tell me to record.
Goodbye, bench press. Adios, squat rack. Fare thee well, kettlebell.
Hey, Kellen, need a spot?
No, Jake from State Farm. I'm just saying goodbye to my pricey gym membership.
What? Don't give up what you love. State Farm has options like insuring your home and ride with great rates on both.
Nice. Hey, can I buy you a protein shake or a granola bar or...
For surprisingly great rates, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Introducing Venture X, Capital One's new travel card for people always asking,
where next?
You earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Every child in Valorant has heard the tale before about the cursed mommy boy who felt his heart no more. So sad and lorn, the helpless lad, Amumu was his name. He ventured out to find a friend and learn about his bane. For many years, young Amumu traveled through the lands, determined to make friends if only they would understand. But even when Amumu stood upon the ledge of home, his hope would disappoint him and he would remain alone. But then the curse began to whisper in his ear. It would confirm what was Amumu's biggest fear. It pledged that never shall someone become his friend. It pledged that he shall be alone until his end. But sorrow and despair became too much to bear. The moment when Amumu realized what he had done, too late it was for him, for them, the evil curse had won. The anger and the anguish overwhelmed his fragile soul and caused a wicked tantrum that he never could control.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you all for joining us here today. We have had a great event here. It is thanks to the support of you, our students who joined us, the parents who supported, and everybody else, all our volunteers, everyone who came here to make this something special. We will be having our next one on May 28th. So until then, be sure to stay tuned on our YouTube channel. We have a lot more revamps coming and a lot of information and events upcoming. Be sure to stay tuned for that. In the meantime, though, I have been Justin Graves, the esports program director here at the Patriots, and your main shopcaster. And until then, make sure that next time you bring your game.
Okay, Justin.